Some older ones. These are some older ones from college. So, when I was in college, I didn't have any Jewish friends. So I read a lot of poems. I read books about Jews, and like I knew that cool Jews were out there. I just didn't know where they were. So like there was a lot of Jews at Syracuse University. They just weren't cool. They just wore like a lot of Prada, and like they were in sororities and they did coke and whatever. I don't know. I just wasn't so into it. I didn't want to do it. So I read Adrian Rich a lot. And I was like, Adrian! And I wrote this poem called Jew in Solitude while I was in solitude. What is a Jew in solitude? A Jewess or a Jewish man? Not starving, hysterical, naked. Just on the outs, a little fish out of water. There's always solidarity, she thinks, with women or immediate family, but then it really isn't the same. Eating all that imitation falafel, reading about the bomb threats alone in the morning, cursing fundamentalism and all its cousins into your bathroom mirror, secretly humming Kol Nidre to yourself in the night. Just a little alienation, just a couple anxiety hymns. The leftovers are taxing on your survivor genes along with memories of a chicken soup, a youth group, and a suburban home. For that Jew, yes, in solitude, not a star in sight, just crosses, suspended on chests in the elevator, or denied heritage, a god or culture ditched. I'm alone either way now. The Jew asks herself, do I count? Answers herself, yes, yes you do, but a man passes in a hat just then, a super Jew, a fellow, a brother. He passes, she is just a war sister, not a Jew, not enough. All the while the lovers are in the middle, the final Noah's pairing, Kabbalistic and holier than the word, busy making one-sided love on university beds, bickering about giant issues as wide as the apocalypse, until they both flail and wither underneath each other, lose themselves in a common thread that may carry a people, but does not care for the hearts that disappear between the cracks of psalms. I have a couple more, I guess. This is called Memo to the Minute Hand. And it was the funny thing was because I didn't have any Jewish friends, and I kept writing about Jewish things. All I wanted was like cool Jews. And here I am in Yerushalayim, surrounded by cool Jews. And it's like, wow, they do exist. Okay, so Memo to the Minute Hand. This is written on a suburban house. Picture it. There's no traffic. Nothing. Silence. On quiet nights, I write quiet poems. I sit in the kitchen and hear the clock tick, with the porch light off, the stove off, everything off. This stuff's cotton around what I don't know about the lingering tassels of love, stupid fringe, the slippery strings I cling to like a father's shirt. Sitting next to him, I used to braid the tzitzit as a little girl, something to do when unsure or bored. Now I play with the edges of a pad of paper, letting them slip by like a released deck of cards. I notice a pack near the bread box. My dad used to ask me to play gin rummy. We played hands on work nights until I had dates. This deck is from Las Vegas. A picture from the Bellagio decorates the package front where sequined women who never left the still shiny yellow chorus line managed to lift a leg and say, cheese. I take out the deck and shuffle easily, methodically, like riding a bike. I put the deck down and pick up a pen to write a poem about failed love, as if it makes it something other than an unraveling. What if I include no proverbs or God? What if I leave out any trace of reconciliation? What is left? A silence like night in suburban yards. This is not a poem, just a big pile of yarn. I don't know, should I read the other two? You guys still want more? Still want more? You want it? Yeah! Do you want it? Okay. Alright, this is about my father. Blacks and Jews played basketball in Norristown, Pennsylvania. The beads of sweat from an August condensation, left then right, larynx pumping threats. A forward pounds once and approaches my father with a fake. He'll go right. He always goes right. My father, no more than 16, tall and gangly, spreading legs wide, best respond to that pick and roll. Moves drawn from every day of the game and elbows don't matter. Pushing and shoving, hot skin since he walked far enough from home to find the game. Damp salt collides, while Black Panthers fight the man in court. There are rules. You have to check it first, then shoot. Verdicts are bumped into and never decided. He flails as sweat pours from his neck and forehead, sweat on the forehead of this black man, tall and stately, angular and young, full of talk and hands, on baskets without nets, without chains. Under this steel-rimmed mistletoe, boys make pacts with flesh, and in that instance, they meet, a daily occurrence of the body, a game in each other's humanness, and coded as game threats, they swim in each other's egos and leap above neighborhoods and barred white windows and ghettos of Italians, of Jews, of blacks. My father, just a boy with an American devotion, and what edicts sprawled from these daily grunts. Their sweat met. That's it, you say. No changes, no lines in the asphalt. But know this, the closer you are, the harder it becomes to be blind.